How would you feel if one day a green-skinned human stood right in front of you? Sounds impossible, right? But it actually happened in 12th century England. In a small English village called Woolpit, something unbelievable took place. One day, villagers discovered two children wandering near a field, a boy and a girl. But these weren't ordinary children. Their skin was green. It looked as if their bodies were covered in the color of leaves. Their clothes were made from an unknown material, and the language they spoke was unlike anything anyone had ever heard. The villagers took them in, fed them, and tried to communicate. But the children refused to eat anything except for raw beans. That was the only thing they would touch. Weeks passed. Sadly, the boy didn't survive, but the girl lived, and slowly she began to adapt. She started eating normal food, and her green color began to fade. When she finally learned enough English to speak, she told a story that left everyone stunned. She said she came from a place where the sun never shone brightly, where everything was dim, like twilight. That land, she said, was called St. Martin's Land. According to her, she and her brother were following a herd of animals when they entered a strange cave. Inside, they saw a blinding light, and when they came out, they were no longer home. They had arrived in Woolpit. People were terrified and fascinated. Who were these children? Were they from an underground world or visitors from another planet? Historians tried to explain it. Some said they might have been lost children from a nearby village, suffering from a medical condition that turned their skin green, like chlorosis or iron deficiency. But none of those theories could explain their strange language, or the story about the world where the sun never shines. The girl eventually grew up and lived among humans, but villagers said she was never truly happy. Her eyes always carried a sadness, as if she longed to go back to the world she came from. To this day, no one knows who the Green Children of Woolpit really were, or where they came from. But one thing's for sure, every legend begins with a little bit of truth, and this one is too strange to be just a story.